Jan. Roses are red, violets are blue. We wrote our names down with the flowers we liked, and that's why we're in front of you.
That's all I had to say.
Okay, what's more exciting than seeing something pop out of the ground that you forgot what you planted?
Surprise.
Biblical aspect of the 4 o'clock is from NIV and then MV, my version. We're going to go to the very beginning, and this is Genesis 1:11. God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds," and so it was. And then 2:8. Now this is amazing. The Lord God planted a whole garden in the east in Eden, and mine are still sitting on the patio. Well, now the Lord God had formed out of the ground all the beasts of the field and all the birds of the air. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them. And whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. So the man gave names to all the livestock, the birds of the air, and the beasts of the field. My MV version is, late in the day, Adam picked up that little flower. Didn't have a name yet. He looked at it and looked at it and looked at it. Quite a while, God said, "Adam, it's 4 o'clock." I stay up late at night. The 4 o'clock is actually called Mirabilis jalapa, and it's the marble of Peru. It's the most commonly grown ornamental species, and it's available in a large range of color, which I did not know. I had no idea all this information until I had to research it. I thought it was only in yellow, because that's what I grew up with. Mirabilis in Latin means wonderful, and Jalapa is the capital of Veracruz, Mexico. The Mirabilis jalapa, or 4 o'clocks, was cultivated by the Aztecs for medicinal and ornamental purposes. A curious aspect is that of the 4 o'clock is that different color variations in the flowers are in the same plant. Kind of like the new one that they have out now called Splash, where there's just all these different colors in it. I'm not sure how they do that, but it's interesting. So all these naturally occurring color variations can be in one flower. Additionally, an individual flower can be splashed with different colors. Like it said, flower patterns could be stripes, flakes, and spots. The single flower can be plain, yellow, that's what I grew up with, pink or white, or it can have a combination. Furthermore, different combinations of flowers and patterns can occur on the different flowers of the same plant. It's a color-changing phenomenon. For example, in the yellow variety, as the plant matures, it can display flowers that gradually change to a dark pink color. Similarly, white flowers can actually change to light violet. Now, what I find interesting is I have peony bushes that will come up pink. All of them are all pink. When I had moved them out of the ground to plant something else, I don't know if it was the shock or if it's the soil difference, but my pink peony has white in the center. So it's really bizarre what soil can do to it too. The flowers usually, the 4 o'clocks, the flowers usually open from the late afternoon, 4 o'clock. And that's the common name that they used. These flowers then produce a strong, sweet-smelling fragrance throughout the night. They close up for good in the morning. Those are dead flowers. New flowers open the following day. These flowers are pollinated by long-tongued moths, such as the sphinx moth, or the hawk moth. They're nocturnal pollinators. The habitat, these are from tropical South America. They have become naturalized throughout tropical and warm temperate regions. In the cooler temperature regions, they will die back from first frost, regrowing the following spring. They're tuberous roots. It's kind of like the dahlia. When you have dahlias, they look like a sweet potato,
Right.
but you have to dig those out. Otherwise, they will die. They have to be dug up. This plant does best in full sun. The single-seeded fruits are spherical, wrinkled, and black upon maturity. When I was a kid, I used to take them. When I lived in Chicago, we didn't take Michigan Avenue, it was too busy, so we would always cut through the alleys to get to the next street. And this one house had all these yellow 4 o'clocks, and I would stop and take out take out the seeds, and the seeds actually look like maybe like a what do they call it? A peppercorn. Peppercorn maybe 3 times over. So that's what the one seed would look like out of one flower. These flowers, I would take them home to my mom. This plant self-seeds and spreads rapidly if left unchecked in the garden. In North America, the plant perennializes in warm coastal environments, particularly in USDA zones 7 through 10. We are 5. The fragrance of the flower is more intense and noticeable during the warm period of the day. Usually the flowers are found in yellow, pink, and white, but you can find them in different combinations. It's 4 o'clock. Thank you.
All right.